All right, we're here today with Baker University head men's basketball coach Sean Dooley. Coach, entering year number 4, give us an outlook of this year's team, kind of break down some of your top returners and some new guys.
Yeah, I think the nice thing from a coaching standpoint is we've got 11 guys back from our team last year, and obviously we had 2 seniors that we lost to graduation in E.J. Carter and Jared Folks. So we lost a lot of leadership there and a lot of points and rebounds out of both of them. But having 11 guys back has been a great plus for us, just from an experience standpoint, understanding of what we're trying to get accomplished, how we work, and just on daily activities and stuff like that. So a better understanding of our expectations and how we want to run the program. And then also it's been nice too as we're going through this preseason that it can be a grind as you're going through and not playing many games and just a lot of practices, but knowing that trying to make every practice count, as we know that the season will be quickly approaching and we got to get ready. So that helps. Some of the guys that return that we look forward to having a big impact, obviously probably start out with our point guard, Javion Gray, been a starter for us for the last 2 years. Was having a pretty good year last year, and then kind of got hurt with the injury to the face, but has come back and looked really good in the preseason. Probably should hope to have an even better year this year. Other guys that should lead us, some of our seniors, Nick Wilson, who's actually this is a 5th year here at Baker, so understands again our expectations and what this league is all about. And Manny Barnes, also 3rd year in our program as a senior, kind of was our backup to the 4 spot last year, played a lot of minutes behind E.J. Carter, and really the last probably 2-3 weeks of the season last year really kind of turned a corner. So hopefully they can carry on that momentum into this year as well. But one of the guys that I want to mention that kind of played an off the bench role, played quite a bit for us, did a lot of different things, but has looked really good this preseason is Nate Guscott. Really worked hard in the off season on his game and in the weight room. Has really increased his athleticism, his ability to shoot the basketball has improved as well, and so we look to use him in a lot of different ways this year. And again, like I said, he's looked really good, and hopefully he can carry on into regular season play.
In this preseason, Coach, what are some qualities and what are some good qualities and some positives you've seen from this team that you hope that takes them into the first week of the season?
Well, I think that probably the biggest difference, Tyler, so far is I would just say the maturity, of the group, and a lot of that has to do with the experience. But when you've got young guys, it's just certain things that you hope to expect, and they just have a better understanding of what we need to get done on a daily basis. And I think they've become more, again, mature, responsible guys. And it's made it, as a coach, a lot easier to deal with. And we just really have, when practice shows up, all we're going to worry about is basketball and what we need to do to get better. And so that's been good. And it sounds kind of small detail, but it really makes a big difference in the grand scheme of things as you're going on and progressing throughout the year. But also I think our effort has been great. They're really competitive group. They're working hard and they're pushing each other each and every day, and really that's what it's all about and what we're going to need to continue throughout the year. It's a long season. Obviously we're not anywhere close to where we hope to be or where we're planning to be. But if they can continue to work hard and compete on a daily basis, I like where we'll end up.
And Coach, today's interview is part of the Hart Virtual Media Day, which will broadcast on the Hart website. Talk about the conference as a whole. This is always one of those top conferences in the country, and you've been a part of it for a while now. Talk about the conference and what you expect this season.
Well, it's kind of funny. Every year we say, man, it was tough, and you kind of just might expect it to drop off, when you're losing great players in the league, and some teams have done so well in the national tournament, and every year, it just gets better, and there's a lot of great coaches, and obviously there's a lot of great players, and most programs now are really not ever kind of rebuilding. They just kind of seem to be reloading and right there up at the top. And last year's league was league race was really special and kind of unique, where really there was like probably the top 8 teams were all within a couple games of each other. And again, that just goes to the competitiveness. We've added 2 more teams in the league now, in Grandview and William Penn, so that'll be interesting to see where they fit in the mix and everything else. And obviously going to new places, and travel's a little bit further now for some. And so it'll be an interesting year to see how it goes. But I expect the league to be as strong as ever. And again, I think we'll continue to rise to be one of the premier conferences in the country for the NAI and Division I basketball, and would continue to expect for our teams to have success in the national tournament, continue to push there to have good weeks and good runs in that tournament. And I think across the league, the way it's been and has grown over the last few years, that a lot of the other coaches and programs have taken notice to the level of basketball that's being played and the level of players that we have in this league. And I think that's as a result, you've seen more and more teams from the Heart be in the top 25.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're here today with Baker University senior forward Nick Wilson. Nick, today's interview is part of Heart Media Day. That'll be broadcasted on the Heart website and along with the Baker website. But let's talk about you personally. You're a senior here on this team. Talk about how you utilize being a senior so far this season, and talk about what leadership qualities you hope to bring to this team.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. So this is obviously my 5th year here. I've got a lot of experience underneath my belt. Multiple seasons, getting to play quite a bit of minutes. That has helped me a lot. Trying to show that to the younger guys on this team. One of our biggest things is communication. I think I do pretty well with communication. That's our biggest thing with this team. We're trying to pass that down. So for me, the biggest thing is just teaching these younger guys to communicate, whether that be on offense or defense, calling out screens, all that stuff. That's crucial for us, and I think I do a pretty good job of that.
Nick, in this preseason, you guys have played quite a bit together. Now you guys are preparing to, take on your first opponent on Halloween, actually, against Ottawa. Talk about, what qualities and good qualities and positive things have you seen from this team that you hope to take into that first game and first few weeks of the season?
Yeah, we've got so many practices under our belt. It seems like this preseason's been longer than ever. But that has built a really good bond in this team. We just had our first scrimmage last Thursday. I thought we played really, really well for our first game of the year. It was our first scrimmage. It was fantastic. The guys looked like we worked well together. We communicated really well. We helped each other out, and we played really well. So,
Coach also mentioned that you guys are implementing a new offense. Talk about that. How well has that worked, and what are your thoughts on the new offense?
Yeah, I think this offense fits our team really well. We got a lot more guard interaction with this offense. We've been able to use that to our advantage because we do have a little bit of a smaller team this year. I think it's going to help us down the road. I think we're going to mix some things up this year that people haven't maybe seen before, and I think we'll use that to our advantage.
Also, this is, like I said, Heart of America Athletic Conference Media Day. Talk about the Heart. You've played in this league now for 4 years. Talk about what it's like to play in this conference week in and week out, and what do you expect this year?
Yeah, people say it every year. This is such a tough conference. You have the bottom of the conference could beat the top of the conference on any given night, and I've seen that for 4 years now. I think, and it's anybody's game this year. I think we can compete pretty well, but I also think that many other teams in this conference could stand a chance at not just winning the conference, but going deep in the national tournament. So.
Well, Nick, thank you very much for your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you.